Hey guys. Oh, we should probably show you about this house. You fine. You fine. Everybody knows you. Everybody knows we don't never do nothing we ain't supposed to be doing. We never do nothing right. We just be doing everything. We just out of control.
Let me turn this a little bit this way. It ain't gonna let me. Uh-oh, wrong way. Wrong way.
So we're sitting in a new construction property today.
Oh, look, that one Facebook already jumping in and out. Hey guys, we're still at our open house, but since we were sitting here and had a little bit of time, we're going to do new construction talk and tips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we are in a new construction home. We are in Lennar. We are in a new community called the Highlands. We did a video a couple weeks ago and we showed you guys the community clubhouse and we showed you one of the models that were over here and available for purchase. They have townhomes, single family homes, and they're doing a lot of on slab or on slab or homes with basements.
Yes.
So we are in the model called the Somerset. It's a mid-level single family property. Next door they have the Danbury, and one of the viral videos that we had was for the Camelot. That's the two doors with one house. Suite. Yeah, with the that's like an apartment.
Yeah, like an in-law apartment. Yeah. So you got two doors.
We're like in the mid-level of what people would want from a home. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Finish the basement, you get another bath, possibly a bedroom. Mm-hmm. The island in the kitchen. This house does not have one of those big massive islands, but it is a really nice island. Justine and I are both sitting at it, and it's another bar stool over here. Mm-hmm. But go ahead.
So since we're talking about where we're at and the difference on new construction and all this, so first thing from the top of it, do you need an agent to go to new construction?
Okay. Since y'all think we poachers and we don't do nothing but try to rob people and we just here for ourselves and we just greedy people, let's talk about that. You are more than welcome to come to a new construction community and put a contract on a home. Our position is the builder has their own advocates and their own people representing them. We as the agents would be your advocate, would represent you. Now, let's be honest and let's be real. Mm-hmm. Everybody don't do what we do. When it comes to new construction, all agents are not treated the same. All agents don't move the same. So let's just out of the box. Let's just establish that. I get it. Some people had an experience and they were like, "Hey, I don't even understand why you were here." Mm-hmm. And I can't control all people. I got 5 kids, and every one of them operate differently. I don't care what I tell them and the rules and all the things. So you're going to have an agent that may not support you through the entire process. They may drop you off at the door and say, good luck. They may never show up. They may only call on closing day. They might not support you. They might not show up for inspections. They might not show up for walkthroughs. They might not stay in communication with the lender. And I'm saying all these things and I'm counting off on my fingers because those are the things that we as the agents are doing. That's groundbreaking. What we should be doing. It's not like, oh my God, you're doing all this amazing stuff. And it's sad. When Justine and I show up places, and people are like, "You're here?
Like we
Where
be
was
there.
we supposed to be?" That's crazy. Yeah. We're here to support you,
and we're supposed to walk you through it.
We should be
from the beginning to the end,
holding your hand to make sure things are okay.
And we're there in case any hiccups happen. So if something happens, we're there to talk to the new construction rep about what's going on, what can be done if anything happens. We're the ones that talk. We don't need you to come in and get worried about stuff that may not even be a big deal. Once we see that, something that's going wrong, we can bring it to the attention and get it fixed before you even know about it.
Exactly.
So that's why we're there, and it's not going to cost you anything to even have us for a new construction agent anyway.
We can't say that anymore.
Well, no.
Can't say that anymore.
Since the laws changed, it used to be it was always the builder that paid us, but it all depends on what the builder is saying now.
Exactly. Because I'm going to be so honest with y'all. My fee is my fee. I like food, and evidently eggs done went up crazy. So I need to be able to afford eggs. So I do have a fee, and I feel like if I don't get up and work for that fee, I can't justify to you why I deserve that fee. So I work hard. I show up and I do the things and I answer the questions, take the phone calls, and we show up and make sure that we're here for our people. So So for me to say to you, hey, this is what my percentage is, are you comfortable with that?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going to do. And I'm 9 times out of 10 I'm not going to back down. But I will say this. We have helped people over the years.
Yes.
Because it's not just a check for us. It is truly about changing people's lives, getting them in homes, putting them in better situations than they were in, informing them, educating them, helping people along the way. I've helped so many people in the past few months, and they've been using the Maryland Mortgage Program. Shout out to Tim Murphy for hooking my clients up and getting them on the right path. My client, Friday, school teacher, PG County, she just got $17,600 from the state of Maryland in the home purchase program. So we are connecting you with the right people that are going to take care of you, get you to the finish line, as long as you're doing your part. But please don't give me all that drama about, oh, you made this much money. My life is really different than when I was in the federal government.
Yeah, we don't have no.
We don't get paid every 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's not every 2 weeks.
We don't get paid every 2 weeks.
We still have to manage it, and sometimes it may take us 6 months that we're dealing with you from the beginning to the end. We're working that whole time with the builder. We're going out, making sure that when they taking pictures of groundbreaking.
My longest person was 3 years.
Okay, groundbreaking and all that. I'm talking about once they're under contract.
Almost definitely.
Yeah, once they're under contract. But we have some people that we work with from years before they even decide to purchase. We still taking them out. We look. They may chill out for a couple months, and then we still go back on and start taking them out again. They go back on a waiting period, and we'll take them out. So, yeah, we can have clients that we have for over 2 or 3 years, and we don't stop showing them. And when they're ready, we're ready. We go out, we take them out. But even if you're already under contract, we go from the contract time to when they're even breaking ground. We like to get pictures of. We come back and do when they got another set, like when they poured the basement in and when they put the walls up. And then we go through the inspections, because you got inspections before they put the walls up to make sure all the wiring is ready. So we show up at all those. So we just don't want to go at the door as soon as you sign the contract. We'll be like, oh, I'm good. I'll see you at closing.
Yeah.
No.
Let me tell you what. I went and did an electrical walkthrough the other day. Baby, it was cold. And if you know anything about seeing an electrical walkthrough, before they even put the wiring in, that means there are no walls. That means there are no windows. There's no HVAC in the house. So guess what, baby? It's cold. And we are in Maryland, and it was in December when we did this. And I had my cup. But baby, that thing wasn't keeping me at all. My hands was cold. My nose was running. It was bad. So, I mean, it's just part of the process. But I'm going to tell you, what I personally feel, and what I get from Justine in my time and knowing Justine, we love what we do. We love helping people. We love hearing their stories. We love truly changing people's lives and having that moment. So we don't take this for granted, but we do deserve to be compensated.
Yes.
And we do work hard. We got listings. We got listings across the street.
Yeah, we got a couple of new construction listings and resales also. So we go anywhere in Maryland. Mostly, no. We're starting, I'm just saying Charles County, PG, Montgomery County. Now we can't, Howard. Some of our license does not work in every part of Maryland. Which we found out once we went to Salisbury one day, because we took this lady 2 hours away to look at a house
because that was her budget.
And got there, and we couldn't even get in. We had to call another agent to help us.
But that was her budget, though. Her budget
and we
was
were
like $100,000, right?
Right. So we knew she couldn't afford anything over here. So we went all the way there to find her something in her budget. So Salisbury it was.
We here to help, but I can't do it no more. I'm doing no more. That's called a referral. I'm gonna find me a friend in another part of the city, in another part of the state, another part of the country, in another part of the world, because we are EXP and we are everywhere. So we can find agents anywhere you guys need, and that's the beauty of it for us. That's one of the things that I think is super cool, that we get to dialogue on a daily basis in masterminds and all type of networking events with agents from all over the world. And we can call somebody up in a heartbeat and say, hey, we need some help in this place. And we can find a dependable agent most times that will take the lead.
So what are some other things that they need to know about, different things about buying new construction versus resale versus some of the fees?
Well, one thing I find that people say, the financing with the lender is always the curiosity. Everybody wants to come and say, oh, I don't want to go with the lender. Sometimes the lender, the builder lender, let me say it that way, the builder lender. A lot of people don't want to go with the builder lender because they don't feel like they don't offer things. So they do FHA, VA, conventional, and a lot of people are like, oh, they do all that. Yeah, they have to compete. They have to compete with the public. But another way they compete with the public lenders is with closing help. They offer a certain amount of closing help. Now, it is more expensive to close on a new construction home, so that closing help does help offset and kind of bring more balance and kind of makes it, streamlined with resale sometimes. But it's the fact that you're getting a brand new home.
A lot of people didn't know that there's a difference in the cost of closing a new construction than a resale.
Almost definitely.
So
Almost definitely.
it's a different cost. So
I mean, you're talking somewhere from 3.5% to up, average on a resale to 5.5%, almost 6% on a new construction. So sometimes when you're getting $15,000 and $20,000 from the builder, it sounds great, but it's like you have to factor in the numbers. And then let's talk about the builders. And I'm not saying this because I work with Lennar all the time. I'm not going to speak on other builders, but there are some builders out here who say they will cover all of your closing help, and that's not true. There are certain things that they will cover and certain things they will not cover. And they make it appear as if they're covering everything when they're truly not. The people you pay at closing are title, your lender fees, and taxes, insurances, things of that nature. Any HOA, things that come into play. All of those things are the things that are being covered at closing. So when they tell you need down payment and closing, please take into consideration you need two different things, and you have to come up with all of those dollars. Now, there are builder funds that are coming towards people that would help them with that number. And then, like I was mentioning earlier, you got the Maryland mortgage program. That is a big, big number in a lot of instances. The last three ones that I closed have been $17,000, $19,000, and I think $24,000, $25,000. It's all dependent upon the cost of the home. So that's a lot of money that you're not coming out of your pocket with. Now let's be serious. Let's be real. All free money is not. All money is not free.
free money, no.
You're gonna pay for it in some way, and the way they're paying for it is a little bit of a higher percentage rate. But when it comes to you not taking that kind of money out of your pocket, that's huge. Like, are you gonna go save? Because I mean, I had a school teacher, a PG County school teacher. $17,000 ain't nothing to sneeze at.
I know. But now when we hear the thing about, oh, I got this person here, they ain't had to put no money down, they had to do this, they ain't had to put nothing down, do nothing. Let me tell you something. The money is added in. The money is added in. It may not be at that table, but the money is added in. Don't just have people thinking that they just got all this money and it's nowhere. But the money is added in. It's just not at that table at that time.
Oh, Jesus.
So, I'm not here.
I'm not naming no credit unions.
I'm not here to throw nobody under the bus.
I'm not naming no credit unions.
They're not just giving you that money.
If they say it's 100% financing, baby, you're paying for it in the long run. And if you don't know what a funding fee is, you're going to find out very quickly what a funding fee is. That's 9 times out of 10 that money that you're asking for. That's 100%. That's all I'm going to say about it.
So it's added in a little bit here. It's just a little added in here and there that would normally not be added. So you just had that little extra little bump on the end of something. So you just didn't pay it at the table.
Hey, Tyler. But no, being in new construction, I think it's the coolest thing that I've ever experienced when it comes to helping people buy homes. Because in my walk in coming into real estate, a lot of agents were like, no, they don't do new construction. They don't bother with new construction because it takes too long to build a house. And they ready to close on a house quickly. I mean, I'm just telling you what I was told. I ain't naming no names, just telling you what I was told. And what I found is a lot of the builders have what they call inventory homes. Yeah. So Justine and I list a lot of inventory to be built homes. And what happens is you can move immediately. So they've set these things up.
60 days.
So we can talk about integrity, what integrity is doing right now. Now, these are almost $1 million homes. We're talking National Harbor, waterfront, kind of things. Beautiful, beautiful townhomes.
And they gave a lot of money up.
They gave a ton of money out.
But they
do-
get the price too.
Do we talk about the one that the email we got, or do we talk about the real number?
Yeah, so you have to confirm with it because, like, I know in December they were giving like 65K up, and then when I went online for the following month, it was like 90K. I was like, let me go out there and make a visit because I have a client looking in that area. So I said, let me go out there, make sure everything is good. So I went in there and talked to the rep. He was like, "Oh, that was messed up. We fixing that now.
Fixing it quick."
He's talking about we can give you 20. I said 20. He's like, well, some of these houses are by the lot. So certain houses have certain money on it more than others. So they may have an inventory house that was sitting longer and they're trying to get rid of it. So they may throw more money at it so they can move it.
Yeah.
But something they're building now, they may only give you 20, whereas something they're trying to move, they might give you 55 right now.
Most definitely.
But the biggest time of the year where you get the most money is when they're closing their books at the end of the year. Yeah. And that's usually November.
Or whatever time of year they close.
Yeah.
Because we know some builders close it in November.
Yeah.
And that's when you see a lot of incentives, a lot of things coming out.
Yeah.
Offers that, most
so
you would see.
Yeah, incentives change usually month to month sometimes. Or
most definitely.
So you have to check back in to see what their incentives are. So sometimes that may determine if you're using the builder's lender or the outside lender, because that lender may be giving you so much incentives that you be like, I can't pass this up.
Let me tell y'all something about that. That irks my spirit. If you are building a house and your house isn't going to be ready for 6 to 8 months, there is no reason to lock a loan rate in right now.
Mm-mm.
It's useless.
Loan
rates don't last. They don't lock in that long. It depends. If something changed, like right around COVID, people were doing longer terms, but normally they don't lock in for that long. And you don't know where the market will be when your house is done. I know people try to, prevent from being in a bad situation, but for the most part, that's not something that they would lock in. And I say that to say, I had clients. They were dead set on getting the best rate. They were so, oh my God, we gotta get the right, we gotta get the right rate, we gotta do the right rate. Okay, great, get the right rate. But what happened was, they were moving too quickly, and they wanted to lock in before the house even broke ground. I mean, we hadn't even done a foundation on the house, and the bank that they chose was in another state, on another time zone, and they were dead set on doing an appraisal on a house that didn't exist.
Mm.
So sometimes you want to be very careful of the people that you go to for financing for your home. You want to make sure they understand Maryland. You want to make sure they understand new construction, because there's no way you can do an appraisal on a house that has never been built. That's crazy talk. What are you valuing? You're going to value a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath house, and then get there and it's a 4-bedroom, 2-box. That's crazy. You can't do that. So you have to let the house be built. So if you're shopping for rates, give the builder an opportunity to match. Don't get locked up by who? What? I can't. But no, don't even get into the whole, oh, they have a better rate here, so we're going to go with them right now, and feel like you're being forced. You really want to get closer to the time that the house is being built. 30 to 45 days out is when you want to really go after getting that rate locked and loaded. Definitely 30 days, before the 30-day mark. Oh, so what we just found out. I've got a client. This is for our veteran people. 100% disabled. He just got his numbers, got his paperwork. He is building a house. So the lender says, if you get the paperwork to me at least 30 days prior to closing, he can save on his taxes, his property taxes at the table, and the house will already be enrolled in the program for the disability, for the 100% disabled veteran, where he saves on his property taxes. So for those of you who know about it, it is an amazing program for our veterans that have served and they have come home and they're dealing with all the things that they have to deal with. So I think it's super cool that they get that opportunity. So if you have veterans, if you know veterans and they're 100% disabled and they actually live in homes, please make sure that they fill that paperwork out and go to their local VA boards and their local counties to get that paperwork in place so they can save on property taxes. Property taxes $400, $500, $600 a month. It changes a lot of people's mortgages.
Yeah, it
can really, and with everything going on right now, every little bit is needed. Every little bit is needed.
And that's like when we're talking about every little bit is needed. So even on another tip for new construction. So, excuse me, when we're talking about when you get in there and you find out your numbers for what the house is going to cost and all that. Outside of that, you have other fees. So that's not included in your mortgage. So you have a front foot fee. And what that means is the builder that built all these homes, they bring the water and sewer directly to each house. So you have the front
of the home.
So they bring those pipes right in front of the house. So, but you have to pay for that. So the builder is getting his money back because every new owner has to pay for an additional 20, 30, or 40 years now.
Well, let's take it out from the builder. The developer of the land.
Developer, yes.
Is the payer, not yet being paid, not the builder. The builder paid the developer wants their money from you.
Yeah.
That's where that comes from.
So that can be anywhere from 20, 30, and 40 years. And that's an extra couple $100 a month. Some of them could be $200. Some of them could be $300 or $400. That's extra monthly, but you do not pay it monthly. So you're going to see around December when you get this bill, because you're not going to remember them talking about it when you're going to close it. Mm-hmm. But when you get that bill at the end of December that is due January for $1,000, some of them could be less than that, but some of them could be $1,200, $1,300. You got that bill that you got to pay for the next 20, 30, or 40 years.
I think mine is $690.
That's when you brought it back then, but they still steady going up.
I know.
So you've had your house for a while. I know. And then you have the school, and then certain county has the school taxes.
That's another $200-$300 a month.
Yeah, that's an extra.
That's 10 years.
That's 10-year. That's a 10-year payment also. So they have a school tax, and Charles County does have it. Mm-hmm. So you will be paying for 10 years, and that's an extra $200 or $300 a month.
So when people are saying, "Oh my God, they built so many new schools. Why we don't have no new schools in my county?" Ask them why they don't have an excise tax, because that's where the money comes from.
Yes. So Charles County is building their schools because they definitely charging.
But the thing with Charles County is Charles County did not have a ton of schools before.
Yeah. And
then the influx of people that moved down here, the great migration from PG County. They came down here because they were like, "Oh, it's so expensive." You're
gonna spend that time in traffic.
But no, I feel like it's even. I do. I feel like it's even.
But what I'm saying is,
when they talk about the taxes, Charles County used to be cheaper.
Yeah, they went up now. Yeah, they went up now. They went up.
They're not as cheap as they used to be. No.
So, and also, even with that, coming down here, Charles County need a subway. They need a subway real bad because they ain't gonna get it, but
Charles County ain't get no subway.
Need a subway because when you going to work, if you got a regular schedule, baby, leave early. Leave early. I would hope you have a flex schedule because you can leave after rush hour.
Let me tell you what. So I sat in one of those commissioner county meeting things, and they were talking about the fact that they wanted a subway, and of course they want a subway, they want a Wegmans, they want a Harris Teeter, they want a Nordstrom.
They money don't do it down here.
The money isn't here yet. I don't care how many big houses y'all see. Over average, the community, the population does not. They don't have the education. A lot of people are not college educated here. I can speak for myself. I don't have a college degree, but I figured it out. But, and then sometimes the salary, the average salary, does not meet what they constitute equitable for a subway. It probably, truly and honestly, it probably would rock Monday through Friday and Saturday and Sunday go dead. Mm-hmm. If Metro would not probably find it feasible for them to even bring the tracks. You got to go somewhere where they're going to really jump on that train and be on it. Now, you probably got some kids that won't be on the train on the weekend because they think they're going somewhere.
But still, but if you're coming from, when I'm coming to Waldorf on a Saturday, if I don't get down here early enough, it is jam-packed trying to get to Waldorf. And I'm like,
Brandy wine.
I don't even
Brandywine.
I don't even want to
You
go.
already taking a shortcut to get around the Brandywine traffic.
I know.
You already taking a shortcut from your house to get around just to get in here.
Yeah, I gotta take the back road just to try to get down there.
So me and Justine, we work for ourselves. We self-employed, all that good stuff, right? Me and Justine try not to leave the house in rush hour. We don't. We love y'all to death, but please don't ask me to go nowhere at 8 o'clock in the morning in the middle of the week. And I got to get on the highway.
And then when y'all out in the afternoon, I'll be like, why they not at work?
Go away. Get out of our way.
Then we realize everybody working from home still.
I really hate traffic. I hate traffic. I do anything in my power not to be in traffic.
Yeah, but so if you have any questions on new construction, you can always contact us.
Are we going to walk around this house?
Oh, yeah, we can do a tour. We can do a tour. Let me flip this around. I did one earlier, but I can do another one.
I mean, that's part of the thing, though, Tyler. So crime is going to come, and people have access in a new way.
This is a bump out over here, though. So
that's Justine talking.
If it wasn't, the wall would end.
She being a
right
realtor
here,
today.
and you wouldn't have this sitting area. So it's bumped out. That means upstairs will also be bumped out.
Why am I looking at her doing that?
So this would be the pantry.
We done seen all these houses. We know all these houses back to forth.
So this one is featured right now with a gas.
I am going to show y'all.
They no longer carry
I'll walk you
gas.
around, Tyler. You can look at it. Let's see. Okay.
We have.
What's this? This is Somerset, right?
This is the Somerset. 4 bedrooms upstairs, one on the main. If you finish the downstairs, you could possibly put another bedroom.
You could put a bedroom on the Somerset? Oh, I forgot. I forgot about that. Okay. So here we go. This is the family room. They've got the wide plank flooring. They've got a honey oak looking floor. It's really pretty. I like the darkness of it. I don't usually like light floors, but it keeps it nice and bright in here with the tone of the paint that they have. And yes, y'all can still hear. Free game. I know that's right. I'd take it too. This one has a bump out on it. This is usually an elevated cost to extend past this. Let me point. Past this wall. It's an elevated cost to extend past this wall and make this other creation. But I will tell you, if you are hearing that a sunroom is $20,000 or something to that notion, that's fine. Guess what? This space bumps down into the basement, so it gives you that extra space that most people would love in their basements. It just gives you more square footage. They have a deck on this one. As you can see, my favorite one is right across there. And it's got that stone thing. That's the Camelot. That's the in-law suite house. Super nice. But this has room for a nice table here. For those who still eat at tables, there's the pantry. This is a gourmet kitchen. So that means they have the double ovens in the wall. They have the dishwasher here. We have the cooktop range over here. It's a 5-burner. And then you have the microwave here, which I really like the placement. It feels really good. So guess what? This means all of this is storage. All of this is storage. So like I said, they picked some really, really nice colors to complement. I adore when we get a nice countertop that is a little busy and we take the backsplash and make it calm. Because I don't like busy backsplash versus busy countertops. It just makes your head hurt. And then they put the vent over top. No, I'm in White Plains today. This is across the street from the community you went to a couple years ago. Once again, the island's a nice size. We got 3 bar stools there, 3 placements. We kind of took over with our work stuff. But this is a real space, but it is a flex space to do as you please. You've got the foyer here, this little nook in the corner where you can definitely put a table, chairs, shoes, all the things. Little hall closet here. No, it's not. Yep, it is a hall closet. I was thinking, where's the garage door? I think the garage door is in the back. So once again, nice big bright lights. You can see they got trim in here, really, really cool. You will notice that there are no pendant lights hanging from this particular flow in this kitchen. That's not something that the builder does anymore. So you would have to either pay for it to be added or add it later. Get an electrician. And yes, they do need to close. They change the battery in here. So this could be a bedroom, office, whatever you choose it to be. I'm a big fan. I like to be up front where I can see things in my personal office because it, kind of keeps my brain going. But this one, and you got a closet in here if you choose to make it a bedroom. Once again, nice big bright windows. It's Sometimes people don't like these windows. I don't know what they have against these little, I call them cruise ship windows. And then we go this way. We've got another hall closet. You've got a half bath here. And the flooring has extended into this, so I'm a big fan of that. Keep the flooring consistent. Head down to the basement. Here's your garage, two-car garage. So plenty of space. Plenty of space, if I could talk. All right, let's go down to the basement. This is going to kill me, but we're going to do it. Because walking up and down the steps is not for the weak. So they're showing you this basement fully finished out, which is really nice. You see a lot of the accent walls and things of that nature. So you got here entertainment, more seating. This is the area that was a sunroom that bumped out down into the basement. So look at all this extra space. Just imagine this basement with that wall here. And now you don't get that space. So the sunroom is a very valuable piece when it comes to expanding your house. And it gave this house another opportunity to have nice big windows in the basement, because this is a walkout. If you don't know the difference between a walkout and a walk up, this is the difference. When you go to the back door, you walk straight out into the yard. That is a walkout. If you have steps here, that is a walk up. I'm a big fan of walk out, but understand usually those yards have some type of slope in the back to accommodate the difference in the lot. If it's a walk up, they're usually more flat lots. So the way they built this one, it ended up being a walkout, which is not common. You usually have some form of a little slope in the back. But like again, this is a very spacious house to be a mid-level. The Danbury next door is another favorite. And then the Camelot is the one, if you look at my TikTok, you'll see it went viral. So here's another bedroom. Nice big windows, closet down here, spacious bed, 2 nightstands, really nice, and a full bath. And the shower does constitute a full bath. So that's one way to look at it. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'm getting a little raspy. I gotta go drink some tea before I start coughing like a loon. Thank you for hanging out with me today.